So undoubtedly you have heard about scales one way or another, whether you're familiar with them and you practice with them, or you've heard them used as buzzwords by those dicks who like to use musical jargon to seem important.
Double flat 7 ultra melodic Lydian laser mode.
Yeah, well that sure sounds interesting, and maybe we'll get far enough together that we can make such a scale exist. But first, why don't we break down what a scale even is, and maybe go from there. Learn to walk before you can run, and all that jazz. Let's go! So you've been messing around with your instrument, making some cool sounds. Oh yeah, feel that. Trying to write. You want to find new ways of approaching your melodies or soloing, but you're stumped by all these flashy techniques that other people seem to be using. Maybe learning scales in the first place seemed kind of boring and you wanted to get right to just rocking out. Maybe you were afraid of looking dumb, or that you were way out of your depth. Or maybe you just didn't know how to start using them properly. You spent so much time avoiding music theory that now when you're looking to create something new and expand your playing, you have no clue where to start. All roads of music theory that lead anywhere start with scales. So first off, scale is just a series of notes arranged alphabetically. Now we're not talking A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, all the way to Z, wherever you're from. The music alphabet goes from A to G and then repeats. I don't make the rules, but everybody's got to follow them. Whatever note is the first note of the scale, that is called the tonic. The scale will go from its tonic to its octave. That'll be the same letter name, but a higher pitch. Think of a scale like a ladder. Each rung on the ladder is a next note higher in the scale. Generally, scales come in major or minor qualities. Basically, in Western music, is the scale brighter or happier sounding? There's a good chance it's major. If the scale sounds darker or sadder sounding to your ear, it's probably a minor scale. Beyond this, there's all kinds of different types of major or minor scales. If you've got the note name for the tonic, the note that starts the scale, the type of scale that will be built from that note, and whether it's major or minor, it's a snowplow. It's a snowplow. No need to flick your tail and get defensive. It would crush you. Then you have all the info you need to build that beastly scale, my friend. Now there's always a bit of a resistance, a desire to just back off a bit when there's a lot of info to process. It's always easier to just stick with what you know, because it's worked up until this point. The thing is, scales are the basis of melodies and harmonies, or chords. Melodies and their accompanying chords will start from a scale. That's why it's a really good place to start when trying to wrap your brain around the musical language and how it works. When this becomes clear, your understanding of what it is you're playing and how you can mess around with it becomes way more solid. You can go from someone who strums the guitar or makes some really cute loops to someone who plays music. And trust me, there's a difference. There are lots of halfway measures that you can take. And the good old sentiment, fake it till you make it, sure does rhyme, but you won't become the musician you're supposed to be if you insist on disrespecting your art by ignoring the basics of how it works. To recap, a scale is just a set pattern of notes. It ranges from the tonic first note to its octave, a higher pitched version of that first note. I mean, we don't know, could be a higher version. We don't know what he does in his spare time. And that's his business. Let's get off his case, man. He's having a rough time. Winter is not a good time for that. Seasonal affective disorder, look it up. Brighter or happier sounding scales are major, sadder, darker sounding scales are minor. When building or identifying a scale, you need the note name that starts the scale, the type of scale that will be built from that note, and if it's a major or minor scale. I love that he looks at me as if I'm getting in his way. It's your world, bud. We're just fucking living in it. Let us know in the comments why you may have avoided learning music theory up till now, or what finally tipped you off to start wanting to learn. Be sure to grab your free copy of my ebook, 100 plus chord progression formulas. Got 140 different pieces of chord progressions. You can take them, expand them, do whatever you want. I don't care. And be sure to check out all the social links. Follow us where you are. Maybe even request to join the Facebook group, Songwriting Secrets for Advancing Musicians. We're gonna get live streams going. There's gonna be lots more content like this. You may be lucky enough to get accepted into some of the beta courses that I'm developing right now. So from myself and my cat with resting feline face, he is a very nice cat. He just looks that way. Don't judge him. From all of us here at MFile, we'll see you next time.